How to handle a woman who hurts you. Modern Stoic. True love is not about how many times you say "I love you," but how many times you prove it without speaking a word. They often tell you, "She doesn't care, just move on." But what if the truth is different? What if her silence isn't a sign of indifference, but a reflection of her own fears? She isn't ignoring you because she's forgotten about you. She's waiting to see if you're still caught up in the cycle, still reacting, still playing her game. And when you do, you reinforce her doubts about you. But today, things change. You're no longer the one being played. You've realized that your energy is too valuable to waste on someone who feeds off of your reactions. What you're about to learn is how to take control by embracing a powerful, calculated silence. This isn't just a tactic for relationships, it's a philosophy for life. Control, power, respect. It all hinges on your response to challenges. When someone tests you, it's not about how they act, but how you choose to react. So take a moment, gather your focus, and commit to what you're about to learn. Because by the end of this, you'll realize that you'll never again feel the need to chase anyone. Let's dive in. Every day, millions find themselves ensnared by the same trap. Someone they care about distances themselves, leaving them second-guessing every interaction. They obsess over every word, pause, and silence. And in doing so, they fall into the trap of reaction, the very thing that weakens them. The problem with modern relationships is that they often revolve around power dynamics. The moment you react, you lose control. The moment you chase, you lower your value. And when you let someone see how much their absence affects you, you surrender all your power. The most powerful people, in business, relationships, and life, don't react. They observe, they adapt. And when faced with manipulation, they do one thing that changes everything: they go silent. This is how you reclaim your power. This is how you stop chasing and start controlling your own destiny. Number 1, she expects you to react. When a woman hurts you, she might pull away in subtle ways that challenge your self-control and push your boundaries. She'll become distant, cold, and suddenly unreachable. Once, she'd send you sweet good morning texts, but now, there's nothing. She used to make plans, but now she's always too busy. Yet, mysteriously, she still watches your stories, ensuring that you notice her out and about, living her life, looking radiant and confident. She's not done with you, she's waiting. She's waiting for the moment when you crack, the moment when you reach out, unsure of her silence, and when you do, when you let her see you care too much, that's when she wins. You react, and she knows she still holds the power. The game continues because she has you right where she wants you, clutching at your phone, hoping for her reply, dissecting every moment, every word, trying to decipher where you went wrong. You panic, thinking if you don't act now, you'll lose her forever. So you double text, you apologize, you beg for her attention, even when you've done nothing wrong. And in doing so, you lose respect, not just in her eyes, but also in your own. She was waiting for you to react. She expected it. This behavior only exists when she hasn't fully decided on you. She's testing you, seeing if you'll fall apart without her. If you do, if you show that her attention is your lifeline, it's game over. She's gone. Women do not chase men who fall apart. They chase men who don't care if they stay or leave. She wants to see if you need her validation to feel whole. And the moment she sees that you do, her interest fades. But what she doesn't realize is that this is when you become the modern Stoic. You stop reacting. You stop chasing. You stop needing her validation. When she expects you to crumble, you stand firm. When she pulls away, you don't react. You show her that her absence doesn't affect you. And that's when she starts to feel it. Doubt. Doubt creeps in when she sees that you're not chasing, not asking her to come back, not crumbling under her silence. It's in that moment of doubt that the game changes. She starts to question everything she assumed about you. Did she misjudge you? Is he actually moving on? Is this the man I almost lost? And with that doubt comes a new energy, the blessing of Stoicism. She begins to fear losing you, and that fear brings her back. But by the time she realizes what's happening, it's too late. You've changed. The man she was testing, the man who would have chased her, who would have fallen apart under her silence, no longer exists. You've become the one thing she never wanted, a man she can't control. You've mastered the art of self-control. You've embraced your independence, and you've learned that your worth does not depend on her actions. And in doing so, you've won. Never forget, a woman can only test you until you stop reacting. When you stop caring about her games, that's when you gain the power. And that, my friend, is the blessing of Stoicism. Number 2, your silence shatters her control. Silence isn't just quiet, it's powerful. It's terrifying, and it's why people fear being alone. It's why social media has turned into a never-ending stream of distractions. People can't sit with their own thoughts for even a minute. Silence forces confrontation with the self, and that's what makes it so unsettling. When you decide to remain silent, you do the same thing to her. You make her face the very thing she fears most, the absence of control. She expected you to chase her. She expected you to keep seeking her approval, to prove yourself time and again. It was always about you trying harder, showing her you cared, and reasserting your worth. But when you stop, when you don't engage in the chase, that's when she begins to feel the pull of uncertainty. She's checking her phone more than you are now. She's scrolling through old texts, rethinking every word you exchanged, and trying to pinpoint the exact moment she lost her hold over you. She's fishing for signs that you're still invested. Don't be fooled by her games. She might act like she's fine. She might post pictures with friends or other guys. Make sure you see her living her best life. But beneath the surface, she's waiting. Waiting for something, anything, to show her that you still care, that you're still hers to control. But when the notification never comes, when you don't react, when you don't go chasing after her, that's when panic sets in. The tables have turned. Now she's the one waiting. The same way you used to feel that anxiety as you awaited her reply, she's now experiencing it. The same way you once wondered if she was losing interest, she's now wondering if you've already moved on. And that fear, her fear of losing you, that's what drives her to come back. But here's where most men fall into the trap. She'll send a message. It won't be an apology. It won't be a confession of regret. It will be something simple, vague, and casual. Hey, hope you're doing good. How have you been? That's the bait. And most men, they bite. They think this is their moment. This is the time she realizes she was wrong, that she wants to make things right. So they respond quickly, enthusiastically. But here's the truth: the moment you respond, she knows she's still got you. You've just played into her hand, and just like that, she disappears again. Because she was never coming back to repair the relationship. She was never coming back for you. She was coming back for her ego. She needed to know you were still waiting. That's it. She needed the reassurance that you were still there. Once she has that, she's done. So, here's the lesson: the strongest response is no response at all. If she wants to come back, she will make the effort. She will not send a lazy, half-hearted text. She will come to you with something that shows she regrets losing you, something that shows she values you and the connection you had. But until that happens, silence is your weapon. Silence is what makes her doubt, and doubt is what makes her chase. But here's the best part: by the time she's ready to chase, you're already gone. You've built a life without her. You've become stronger. Your mindset is focused, and your value is higher. You've nurtured your own growth, your own confidence, and you no longer need her validation to feel complete. You've learned the old Stoic lessons, and that Stoic life has made you emotionally independent. When she finally realizes what she's lost, when she's ready to prove herself to you, it's too late. You've moved on, built a life, and become the man she never thought would walk away. Now, she's the one left chasing you, chasing a ghost of what could have been. This is where Stoicism shines. The old Stoic wisdom teaches us that our emotional state should not be dependent on the actions or validation of others. It is within our power to remain steady in the face of emotional turbulence, to not be swayed by the whims of others. A true Stoic understands that silence isn't weakness, it's strength. It's knowing that our peace is priceless and that no one, not even the woman we care about, can take it from us unless we allow them to. This is the blessing of Stoicism, the ability to walk through life with a calm and unshakable confidence, knowing that our worth is intrinsic, not defined by anyone else's approval. When you handle a woman who hurts you with Stoic grace, you stop reacting to her games, you stop chasing, you stop needing her attention, you build your own life, your own confidence, and you show her that she's not the source of your happiness or stability. You are the one who controls your emotions, not her. And when she realizes that, when she sees that you've moved on, that's when she starts to panic, because she knows she's lost the one thing she thought she could always: manipulate you. And by then, it's already too late. If you found this video valuable, like, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit from this wisdom. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights into living a modern Stoic life. Comment to remember: I am a man of strength, and my silence holds power. Number 3, she will start to doubt herself. When a woman hurts you, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeking her validation, hoping she will realize what she's lost and return to you. It's tempting to chase after her, trying to fix things to win her back. But that's exactly what she expects. Don't fall into that trap. Don't let her dictate your emotions, your actions, or your life. The Stoic principles of Marcus Aurelius remind us that the things we cannot control, like another person's feelings or actions, should never dictate our peace of mind. The only thing we have control over is ourselves, how we react, how we grow, how we choose to move forward. When you stop chasing, you start mastering your own destiny. And in that mastery, you force her to face something she never expected: doubt. She will begin to doubt herself, and it will hit her hard. She thought she had figured it out. She thought that no matter how many tests she threw your way, no matter how long she ignored you or pushed you to the edge of her attention, you'd always be there. She believed you would stay on standby, always waiting for her to come back when she decided she was ready. But now, there is nothing. There is silence. And that silence speaks louder than any words you could say. It disrupts her comfortable narrative. For the first time, she has to face the uncertainty of the situation, and it starts to gnaw at her. At first, it's small, a flicker of curiosity. She wonders why you haven't reached out. Why haven't you come crawling back, begging for her attention? Then that thought grows. It becomes a question. Has he moved on? As she starts to realize that perhaps you don't need her anymore, the fear sets in. She begins to panic. Did I make a mistake? That fear grows stronger as the silence continues. Fear, uncertainty, doubt. Those are the feelings that shift the power in a relationship, and she's left to grapple with them. The reality she's built for herself, one where she has total control over you, is now crumbling. She doesn't know how to handle it. In her mind, men are supposed to be predictable. She pulls away, and you chase harder. That's how it's supposed to work, right? But you didn't chase. You stayed silent. You removed your presence entirely. And that's when the doubt creeps in. The unknown becomes the most powerful force in the world. Why? Because the mind cannot stand unanswered questions. It craves certainty. And now she's faced with a question she can't answer. Why hasn't he come back? Why doesn't he need me? This is where most men lose. They mistake the silence for abandonment. They believe that just because a woman is checking their social media or sending a random message, it means she's coming back. But it's not that simple. She's not looking to make amends, she's looking to reassert control. She doesn't want you back, she wants to confirm that she can still control you. Don't fall for it. Don't make the mistake of thinking that her subtle gestures are a sign of genuine interest. She might like a picture from months ago. She might text you casually, or she might even comment on something random. But these aren't signs that she wants you back. They are just tests to see if she still has the power to pull your string. Don't take the bait. When she reaches out, don't respond immediately. Don't jump to fill the void she's left. That's exactly what she wants, to feel that she can make you react, to feel that she still holds power over you. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, teaches us that we must never allow our emotions to rule us. In the face of adversity, in the face of pain, we must focus on what we can control. The Stoic principles tell us to recognize the difference between what is in our control and what is not. We cannot control her actions or feelings. We cannot make her come back or admit she was wrong. But we can control how we react. We can choose to move forward with strength, to focus on ourselves and to become the best version of ourselves. While she is caught in her mind, spiraling with doubt and confusion, you should be focused on leveling up. This is the time to work on your goals. Hit the gym, improve your career, strengthen your mind, while she is replaying every interaction in her head, wondering where she went wrong. You should be building the life that you want, not waiting for her to decide your worth. She might start questioning herself. She might even go to her friends, the same ones who once laughed and told her that you would always come back. But now, they're starting to wonder too. The longer you stay silent, the more undeniable it becomes, and you don't need her. And that's a terrifying thought for her. The power shifts. And nothing makes a woman spiral faster than realizing she's lost control. The longer you remain indifferent, the more she will question herself. The more she'll begin to wonder if she took you for granted. She'll start replaying every moment, every conversation, every interaction in her mind, looking for the signs that she missed. She will start to realize that she assumed you were like every other guy who couldn't resist her charms. But now, she's no longer so sure. And that doubt doesn't just stay in her mind, it spills into her actions. She'll start testing the waters, sending you breadcrumbs, a casual text, a comment, a like on a picture. Don't respond to these signs, don't chase her. Don't get drawn back into her game. Silence is your power. This is where most men lose. They mistake these subtle signals for genuine interest. They believe that because she's watching, it means she's ready to come back. But that's not true. Watching isn't chasing. Liking isn't regretting. Texting isn't valuable. A woman who truly regrets losing you doesn't send you breadcrumbs. She makes it clear. She doesn't just like a post. She reaches out and says, "I made a mistake." She doesn't just wait for you to respond. She takes action. And until that happens, you must stay silent. Silence forces her to face her own uncertainty. And uncertainty is what drives her to chase. Meanwhile, you must keep building. You must focus on becoming the best version of yourself. You must level up in every area of your life. While she's busy doubting herself, wondering if she's made the biggest mistake of her life, you should be moving forward. You should be making progress, becoming untouchable. When she finally realizes that she was wrong, when she finally works up the courage to admit it, you will have already moved on. You will have already become someone she can never reach again. By the time she's ready to fight for you, you'll be so far ahead that she won't be able to catch up. Your silence and your growth have set you free. You are no longer waiting for her to decide if you're worthy of her time. You have become untouchable. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Choose your thoughts wisely. Do not let her hurt you or control your emotions. You are the master of your fate, and the only one who decides your value is you. Keep moving forward and never let anyone, especially someone who hurt you, take away your peace or your power. Number 4, when she tries to pull you back. When a woman tries to pull away, it often triggers a series of actions in her mind that she doesn't fully understand. She doesn't like feeling that she lost, and she certainly doesn't like the idea of miscalculating or making a mistake. In her mind, she was in control. She believed she could create distance and have you chasing after her. She thought she could disappear, give you space, and watch as you scrambled to fix things to prove you were still interested. The plan was simple. She would pull back and wait for you to follow. But here's the twist she didn't expect. You disappear, and suddenly, her world begins to crumble. This is where the power of the modern Stoic comes into play. A modern Stoic knows the value of self-control, emotional regulation, and never letting someone else dictate his worth or actions. When you stop playing by her rules, you throw her off balance. The longer you stay silent, the more her uncertainty grows. Uncertainty is something she cannot stand. It creates doubt, and doubt means she no longer knows where she stands with you. She loses control over your emotions, and that is a terrifying thing for her. In her mind, she had more time to test the waters, to make sure you were still invested. But with each passing moment of silence, she feels the absence of your attention. And here's where things get tricky. The absence of something she thought she could always fall back on makes her panic. But she won't admit that. She won't come right out and apologize for the way she treated you. That would require giving up control, admitting she lost. Instead, she's going to test you. This is where the blessing of Stoicism comes in for you. The modern Stoic understands that these tests are not personal. They are power struggles, ego battles. You must be the man who sees through her games without falling for them. This first test is subtle. She may like an old picture, watch your stories again, or send a vague text like, "Hope you're doing well. Just saw something that reminded me of you." These actions aren't direct. They aren't an open invitation for reconciliation. They are tests to see if you still care, to see if you'll respond emotionally. But here's the key. Don't react. The weak man, the one who lacks the blessing of Stoicism, takes the bait. He sees that message. His heart races and he responds immediately. He thinks this is it, the moment she realizes she wants him back. But this is where he falls into the trap. The second she sees how quickly he responds, she knows she never really lost him. She knows she can have him whenever she wants. The power is hers, and the game continues. But if you, as the modern Stoic, don't react, don't play into her games, you throw her off balance. You don't respond right away. You don't chase. You don't give her the emotional validation she craves. Instead, you let her feel the weight of her own decisions. Now the panic sets in. She has no idea what's going on in your mind. And that's when she intensifies the tests. She might send a longer message, one that brings up old memories hoping to stir your emotions. Or she might make a vague post designed to trigger a reaction from you. She might even talk to other men, just to see if it will bother you. She'll do whatever it takes to see if she can still pull you back in. And this is when you must stand firm in the blessings of Stoicism. You must know exactly what's happening and never give her the power she seeks. You understand that this isn't about her wanting to fix things. This is about her ego, her pride, her need for validation. And that's something you'll never feed again. When you stop reacting, when you stop giving her control over your emotions, you give her the gift of clarity. She must make a decision. Will she fight for you? Or will she accept that she's lost you? And here's the harsh reality: if she wasn't truly invested in you, if you were just a backup plan or an ego boost, she will walk away and never return. She was never really yours in the first place. But if she truly regrets losing you, if she realizes the mistake she made, if she understands that she let something valuable slip through her fingers, she won't send you breadcrumbs. She won't send a vague text or indirect hints. No, she will show up. She will make it clear that she regrets her actions, and she will fight for your attention the way you once fought for hers. And when that happens, you hold all the power. By the time she gets to that point, you'll already have moved on. The modern Stoic understands this. You will have become the man she was always looking for. But by the time she realizes it, you're already gone. That's what true power looks like. That's what true self-respect is. It's understanding that when you stop chasing, when you stop giving her the power, you become the one who has the upper hand. You don't need to chase validation, approval, or affection. You've learned the blessing of Stoicism, to be content with yourself, to not be shaken by someone else's games, to be grounded in your own worth. And that's why she will never forget you. She'll never forget the man who didn't chase after her, the man who remained calm, collected, and unwavering in the face of her tests. That is the man she truly wanted, but by the time she realizes it, you'll already be gone, living your life with your own power, your own peace, and your own sense of purpose. You'll be a modern Stoic, and that's the best place to be. If you found this valuable, don't forget to like, comment below, and share this video with someone who could use this wisdom. If you're ready to stop chasing and start living with true power, hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Comment to remember I am a man of power and self-respect. Let this be a reminder that when you stop playing her games and stand firm in your own strength, you become the man she could never forget. Number 5. Mastering emotional detachment. Everything changes the moment you master emotional detachment. Everything. The second you stop seeking approval, the moment you stop chasing, the instant you cease trying to convince her of your worth, you step into a realm of power that most people will never experience. True freedom. Detachment isn't just a cool concept, it's the highest form of strength. The old Stoics would have called it the key to self-mastery. It's the difference between living your life on your terms and being a puppet to the emotions of others. Detachment is the secret weapon that separates men who get what they want from those who wonder why life never works out for them. Imagine a life where you don't constantly react to external forces. Imagine a life where you're not tied down by someone else's moods, decisions, or emotions. That's the Stoic life, living with inner peace and emotional resilience. But this takes effort, especially when it comes to relationships. A man who doesn't master detachment is always at the mercy of others. He's the guy who's glued to his phone waiting for her text, her approval, her validation. He's the one biting his nails asking, "What did I do wrong?" while she's out living her life with no care in the world. That's the difference. She's not obsessing. You are. She's not suffering. You are. And why is that? Because somewhere along the way, you were conditioned to believe that proving your worth meant winning her back. But the brutal truth is you don't need to win her over, you don't need her approval. You don't need to prove anything to her. What you need is to let her go. When you do that, you reclaim every ounce of power you thought you lost. Women are drawn to strength, not weakness. They don't chase men who are desperate, who are constantly seeking validation. They chase certainty. They chase men who don't need them, men who are emotionally independent. And when you stop needing her, you become a challenge, a rare gem. You're no longer the man she can easily walk away from, the one who begs for another chance, the one who keeps texting hoping for a response. You become the man who walked away, head held high, never looking back. That's the man she'll think about when she's alone. That's the man she'll compare every future man to. That's the man who will haunt her thoughts with the what-ifs for the rest of her life. But here's the catch. By the time she realizes what she lost, you're already gone. That's the essence of emotional detachment. Not to play games, not to manipulate, but to show yourself that you don't need anyone's validation to feel complete. That's the core of Stoicism, the ability to be self-sufficient, not dependent on external factors for your emotional well-being. Most men spend their lives chasing external validation. They need someone to tell them they're enough. They need someone to confirm their value. But what happens when you stop seeking that approval? What happens when you no longer rely on others to tell you that you are enough? That's when everything shifts. When you realize that you already have everything you need within you, the world changes. Suddenly, people start respecting you differently. You stop being an option and start being a choice. The man who doesn't need validation becomes the man everyone wants. The man who isn't desperate for attention gets the most attention. The man who controls his emotions has control over every situation he's in. He walks into rooms, and people notice him. They can't help it. They respect him because he has mastered emotional detachment. And this isn't just about romantic relationships, like it's about life. Every relationship, every friendship, every business deal, every interaction you ever have will be shaped by how well you control your emotions. The moment people realize that they can't shake you, that they can't get a rise out of you, they start treating you with a level of respect most will never experience. You become untouchable. You become the man they wish they could be. Why? Because most people today are weak. They're chasing, they need validation, they need attention, but not you. Because you've mastered emotional detachment, and that makes you untouchable. It makes you the prize, not the one scrambling for scraps. This isn't just about dating. This isn't just about attracting women. This is about power. The power to walk away. The power to control your emotions. The power to live your life on your terms, without waiting for anyone's approval. Most men will never have that power. They'll always be stuck in the cycle of seeking validation. They'll always be controlled by their emotions, reacting instead of leading. But the moment you choose to detach, when you choose to stop playing by her rules, when you decide you don't need anyone's approval to feel worthy, that's the moment you step into your power. That's the moment you become the man you were always meant to be. The beauty of this is that by the time she regrets losing you, by the time she's ready to chase you, by the time she's finally willing to fight for your attention, you won't even care anymore. That's the true victory, because the real prize was never her attention. The real prize was the man you became when you stopped seeking it. That's the essence of Stoic lessons, the ability to find peace within yourself, to thrive in the face of adversity, and to never be dependent on someone else for your sense of worth. When you stop reacting to her behavior, when you stop chasing her, when you stop needing her, you become someone rare. You become the kind of man who lives life by his own rules. That's the Stoic life. And when you live that way, you'll find that everything else falls into place. The world will begin to treat you differently because you no longer seek their approval. You already know you're enough. And that, my friend, is the power of emotional detachment. Are you ready to become untouchable, to take full control of your life and never let anyone, especially in relationships, shake your confidence or sense of self-worth? If you're ready to step into your true power, then this channel is for you. When you subscribe, you're not just supporting this channel. You're joining a community of men who are breaking free from the mindset that keeps them weak and dependent on external validation. In a world that often tries to make you feel small, you must stand firm and become a man who doesn't seek approval from anyone. You're not here to be a victim. You're here to be in control of your emotions, your life, and your actions. This is about becoming the best version of yourself, strong, resilient, and free from the chains of emotional dependency. So, before you leave this video, I want every one of you to comment below, "I am in control." Own that statement. Write it, speak it, believe it. Because from this moment forward, that's who you are. You are not at the mercy of others' actions or words. You are in charge of how you respond, how you grow, and how you thrive. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit from this mindset shift. Make sure you subscribe for more powerful wisdom and actionable advice on becoming the best version of yourself. You're on the right path. Keep going. Comment below to remember I am in control.